we are discussing a very important topic of biotechnology, hybridoma technology. As we know, B lymphocyte cell synthesize antibodies. If an animal is injected with a specific antigen, it stimulates B lymphocyte cell to grow and proliferate. The active single B lymphocyte cell produce a single clone of cell. This clone of cell produce chemically identical homogeneous antibodies known as monoclonal antibody. These monoclonal antibodies are monovalent, means they can bind to a single specific epitope. Because most of the antigen possess several epitopes, so they stimulate several different B lymphocyte cells to produce different clone of cells. These different clone of cells produce heterogeneous mixture of antibody known as polyclonal antibody. Polyclonal antibody are polyvalent. They can bind to multiple epitopes. In this way, the monoclonal antibody are chemically identical, homogeneous, monovalent, epitope specific, and can be produced by hybridoma technology. In comparison, the polyclonal antibody are heterogeneous, polyvalent, can be directly harvested from the serum of immunized animal. In many studies, monoclonal antibodies are preferable to polyclonal antibodies because they react to a single specific epitope. Consequently, the result of using them are clear-cut and accurate. So, there is no confusion that arises due to presence of other specificities. The concentration of monoclonal antibodies in the serum is quite low, so their chemical purification is not feasible. With the due importance of monoclonal antibodies, it requires their large scale production. The primary culture of B lymphocyte cell cannot be maintained for long period due to their lifespan, so it limits the production of monoclonal antibody. This limitation is overcome by the use of hybridoma technology. This hybridoma technology was discovered by Kohler and Milstein in 1975. They were awarded 1984 Nobel Prize in the field of physiology and medicine. The name hybridoma was given by Leonard Herzenberg. In hybridoma technology, B lymphocyte or B cell or plasma cell is fused with myeloma cell by somatic cell hybridization method. The hybrid cell is formed. This hybrid cell possesses the characteristic of both these cells, means the antibody production ability of B lymphocyte cell and immortal growth capacity of myeloma cells in the culture media. Such cells called hybridoma. OMA taken from myeloma. These hybridoma cell can be grown in the culture media where they multiply and produce the monoclonal antibody at large scale. The myeloma cells selected in the hybridoma technology must possess three specific characters. These features make the myeloma cells enable to use in the hybridoma technology. The first character, the myeloma cells is able to grow in the culture media for long period or indefinite period. They are immortal on culture media, whereas B lymphocyte cells have a very short lifespan on culture media. We know the DNA nucleotide are synthesized by de novo pathway from carbon and nitrogenous organic compound. Besides this de novo pathway, the cell may have an alternate pathway known as salvage pathway. From this pathway, the breakdown product of nucleotide synthesize new nucleotide. Breakdown product of nucleotide. In salvage pathway, two important enzymes HGPRT and TK plays a very important role. Hypoxanthine, guanine, phosphoribosyl transferase, thymidine kinase. The myeloma cells are HGPRT negative, means myeloma cells can synthesize the nucleotide only by de novo pathway because they are lacking the HGPRT enzyme, whereas the B lymphocyte cells are HGPRT positive. So, lymphocyte cell avail the facility of synthesis of nucleotide by de novo as well as salvage pathway. The myeloma cells collected from the immunized animal may have both HGPRT positive as well as HGPRT negative. To isolate the HGPRT negative cells, the myeloma cells are cultured on the culture media containing 8 azaguanine. It is the analog of purine. This toxic substance, when present in the medium, it inhibits the activity of the HGPRT. So, the cells which possess the HGPRT die in the culture media, whereas those cells which are HGPRT negative are insensitive to act as a guanine or this toxic substance. In the same way, thymidine kinase, to distinguish the cell which possess TK negative and TK positive cells, to isolate the TK negative cells, the myeloma cells are grown in 6 bromo deoxyuridine. This toxic substance is inhibit the thymidine kinase enzyme activity. The TK positive cells are sensitive to this toxic substance, so they die, whereas the TK negative cells are insensitive to this toxic substance, so they remain survive even in presence of this bromodeoxyuridine toxic substance. This HGPRT gene in hybridoma technology function as scorable genetic marker which enable the easy isolation of hybridoma cells from the culture media. The third character, the B lymphocyte cells are able to produce the antibody. They are immunoglobulin positive, Ig positive, whereas the myeloma cells are incapable to produce the specific antibodies. They are immunoglobulin Ig negative. This feature plays a very important role that the hybridoma cells can produce only the specific antibody of B lymphocyte. There is no interference of any type of the antibody or specificity of the myeloma cells. Now we will discuss method or procedure of hybridoma technology. In this technology, the animal like rabbit or mouse is immunized by repeated injection of desirable antigen to produce specific antibody. The B lymphocyte cells are isolated from the spleen of such animal. These cells are HGPRT positive, immunoglobulin Ig positive. Similarly, the animal is mutated or induced to produce the multiple myeloma cells. These myeloma cells are selected and cultured in the culture media containing 8-azaguanine. It is a toxic drug. The cells of the myeloma which are HGPRT negative are insensitive to this drug, whereas the cells which are HGPRT positive are sensitive to this drug and die. So, from the culture media, HGPRT negative cells are selected for this technique. These cells are also immunoglobulin negative, Ig negative. The B lymphocyte cells are fused with the myeloma cells by a method of somatic cell hybridization. In presence of specific fusogen like PEG, polyethylene glycol. Besides PEG, inactive Sendai virus and electrofusion methods may also be used. The electrofusion method is the most effective method in the fusion of the cells. As the fusion is not 100%, so a mixture of the cells are obtained. These mixture of the cells contain unfused B cells, unfused myeloma cells and fused hybridoma cells. Besides these three types of the cells, fused lymphocyte cells and fused myeloma cells may also present in the medium. This mixture of the cell now transferred to or plated to a selective media containing HAT, hypoxanthine aminopterin thymidine. Aminopterin is a antifolate drug which block the de novo pathway of nucleotide synthesis. It is antagonist to folic acid. Interfere by the donation of formyl and methyl group to tetrahydrofolic acid during the early stages of the synthesis of nucleotide by de novo pathway. Actually, this aminopterin is an inhibitor of DHFR, dihydrofolate folate reductase enzyme, which is used during the early stages of the synthesis of nucleotide in de novo pathway. Therefore, the HAT medium make the mixture of the cells to depend on the HGPRT pathway or salvage pathway for the synthesis of the nucleotide, because it inhibits the de novo synthesis of the nucleotide. As a result, the unfused B lymphocyte cells die because of their short lifespan, although they can synthesize the purine nucleotide in presence of HGPRT positive by hypoxanthine and thymidine present in the medium. The unfused myeloma cells also die because they lack the HGPRT. So, only the hybridoma cell remains survive in the medium because these hybridoma cells gain the HGPRT positive from the B lymphocyte cells, so it can synthesize the purine in presence of the HGPRT from the hypoxanthine and pyrimidine from the thymidine in presence of thymidine kinase enzyme. These hybridoma cells gain the immortal ability from the myeloma cells. So it possesses both the HGPRT as well as the immortal ability, so they remain survive in the medium. These hybridoma cells in the medium may be of two types: those derived from the antibody producing lymphocyte cells and myeloma cells, and those derived from normal B lymphocyte cells and the myeloma cells. To isolate the desirable hybridoma cells producing specific monoclonal antibodies, now transferred to microtiter well culture. In this culture, the hybridoma cells are suspended, diluted, and ideally distributed in the microtiter well in such a way that each well receive only one hybridoma. The hybridoma cells here multiply and produce the specific antibodies. The hybridoma cells producing specific monoclonal antibodies are identified by ELISA. Enzyme linked immunosorbent assay, or RIA, radio immunoassay, or immunofluorescence, or by flow cytometry test. Through this test, the hybridoma, which are productive, stable, and producing the desirable antibody, are isolated. These hybridoma cells producing the specific antibodies may be frozen for future use, or they may be undergoes the mass multiplication for their large scale production. This mass multiplication may be in vitro or in vivo. In vitro method, the hybridoma cells undergoes the culture in the bioreactor to produce a large amount of antibodies, or in vivo method, the hybridoma cells selected from this microbial culture are injected in the peritoneal cavity of the appropriate mouse, the antibodies are isolated from the acetic fluid. These antibodies are purified. So, in this manner, by in vitro and in vivo method, we can produce a large amount of antibody. Generally, the antibody production is 50 to 100 times more than in the in vivo condition than in vitro condition, although the antibody producing by in vivo method are poor in quality, and this method is labor intensive and it requires the animal which are totally pathogen free. So the in vitro method by bioreactor is most suitable method for the production of the monoclonal antibody at large scale. So by this hybridoma technology, we can produce the monoclonal antibodies at a very large scale. Thank you.